what should I buy and from where should I buy it where they will ship it to me here in Mexico. I can't think because of the noise disrupts my thinking because it's painful. It has knock-on effects. I can't eat. If I can't think, I can't figure out what to buy. Help me find it. Let me show you something that has been working. This is the door to my room. It's designed for a door. It's a door shape. This is part of the sound absorbing blanket. These loops at the top. Also, grommets, sound absorbing. Not sound reflecting, not like improved sound quality. Sound absorbing. You need mass. The house across the street, they used to have a dog. I think they moved yesterday. Starting 11 a.m. Very, very loud music. And it went until 4 or 5 a.m. Today is Sunday. It started at 11 a.m. The help I need is finding more sound absorbing materials. Okay? That's the way to help me today in this way. Right now, it would not be helpful if you were to explain other options to me. That would be an active hindrance to my objective. Okay. Party music. That's important. Why is that important? Bass. All things being equal, a noise absorbing product that's better at absorbing low frequencies is better. The top part is like instantaneous, like right this second. And the bottom part is over time. It's scrolling down. So most recent is at the top. See the vertical line? It has a green number, 65. Comes in through doors and windows. There's 3 windows. 1, 2. The sound's back. Music's back. You see, it's right at about 65 hertz. I'm telling you that because, why? I'm telling you that because when looking at sound absorbing, it tells you what sounds it absorbs. All other things being equal. To deal with this particular problem, 65 hertz is the problem. But dog barks are higher, and dog barks are in the 500 hertz range. Dimensions, measure the windows. Block the sound before it comes in. This is all treatable, by the way. These medical problems are treatable if I were not poor. The reason I'm poor is I can't work. Can't work because I have a medical conditions. Vicious cycle. This would be a cool place to live if I weren't sick because it's a little thingy. It's not a capybara. You see the sound? See how it's much louder out here? Like this little rodent thing, they're normally very skittish. But the owner hates them. They become used to me. I don't know about other people, but talking about stuff that's not related to my problems helps to distract me from. It's a pain management technique. That's what I'm trying to say. Measurements. Come on. There it is. Okay. Here's my windows from the outside. In the same order as I did before. 1, 2, 3. Can you see? Oh, yeah, you can see. Look, maybe you can hear it in the video. I don't know. But the music's back. And I can hear it and I can feel it in the sense that it's causing pain and discomfort. I'm going to use metric. 97 and 97. It's going to be smaller. 96 and 3/4. That's width. You see the bottom? Okay. The bottom, when we're talking about the height, there's like 2 or 3 numbers that affect where the bottom is. The part that's metal, at the very least, we want to cover that. And we want it to go down enough that it actually blocks sound from coming beneath it. Like a minimum, right? That's what I'm trying to say. And then there's like a maximum, like if it's any longer, it's called draping. Excuse me, pooling. It would be pooling here if it goes longer. Because this is sloped, this is all not normal. And because there's so much room here between the part we want to cover and when these doors are closed, how much extra space there is. There's a lot of room for pooling, so that's good because it's very forgiving, very flexible. So, if something is 20 centimeters too long, it doesn't matter. We can have a lot of it pool up here. I'm telling you all this because I'm going to measure different numbers, and they need to make sense. Arch complicates things. So right now, I can't think far enough ahead to tell you what I'm going to say or not say about the arch. So the first measurements are going to be related to window exclusive of the arch. My parents were both interior designers, interior decorators. My mother stayed in that business. They were in that business before I was born. My father switched careers. And then when I was like 17, I started my own business doing this. Just window coverings on the inside. I'm drawing on that knowledge. That's my point. Okay, so the top, there's like two considerations. One consideration is the method by which you secure the sound absorbing material, right? I showed you before that he nailed it to a board on the door. Okay, so a curtain has a curtain rod, right? Brackets, boom, 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 boom. It's a fucking hammer. My brain, not on the outside. It's a fucking hammer. It's hitting my brain. Boom, 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 boom. In this situation, we want the sound absorbing material to be as wide as possible, to block as much as possible. But you have to secure the sound absorbing material up here. The width and the height, the numbers are different depending on whether or not we're talking about the sound absorbing material. I'm going to assume that whatever it is ultimately going to be like a curtain rod, okay? And a curtain rod does not need to be as wide as the material that it's holding, but it does need to be above the material it's holding. I'm not explaining it very well. Let's just take some measurements. (102 centimeters to 102 centimeters from the top of the metal to the bottom of the metal. Okay, so still from the top of the metal, we're going to measure more. Yeah. Okay, so 103 centimeters is the coverage length. That would touch the slanted portion. Okay, that's probably not important. This probably doesn't need to be as precise as what I'm used to measuring. Come on. Okay, let's say 115 centimeters from the top of the metal. It hangs all the way down and then pools. If it were pooling, it would definitely be touching the doors when they're closed at 115 centimeters. Okay? Where's the ladder? Where's the ladder? Where the fuck is the ladder? I don't see the fucking ladder. Probably don't need the ladder, but to decide whether or not I need the ladder, I have to think about it. Boom, boom. Thinking's hard. Okay. Okay, I give up on the ladder. We're gonna stick with height for the moment. Now these measurements are related to the height if one is taking into account the way you secure the sound absorbing fabric, so curtain rod. Okay, and to make it easy on me, all of these numbers are gonna be relative to the 102 centimeters. So the first one is plus 0, or in a way, minus some amount. If we were to attach it to the top of the metal, okay? That's plus 0. 3.5 centimeters. If we were to attach the device to the front of the wood. See the piece of wood? Wood. You see the wood is back here too. So this is a 2x6. It's not 2 inches by 6 inches. It's smaller than 2 by 6. The best way to attach it on top of it. Can you see anything? I don't know. There. Oh, I don't want to throw up. I hate throwing up. All right, what am I doing? So I'm going to take a measurement. Okay. Plus 18 centimeters is the maximum. There's room in there between approximately 3.5 centimeters and 18 centimeters. So mount it with some sort of device back there. Now we need to switch back to width for a second, because we need to talk about the maximum width of the device to attach. 96 3/4, which is what I said before, right? Also, I should say this width probably won't matter, but I'm taking a measurement. 93. I'm going to estimate 86 centimeters maximum. Boom, 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 boom. Right on my head. Boom, 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 boom. My brain. Hammer on my brain. Boom, 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 boom. Why? Oh, that's why. That's why. Fuck me. Oh, fuck me. Installed it differently. Fuck me. And there's no caulking there. That's why so much noise goes through there. I put the tape measure, put it in my pocket. Metal is like 101, 1.5. 99. So even though it's a different manufacturer, the specs for the metal window are probably about the same. Metal, 4 centimeters of vertical. Slope, doors. Get it? I hope you get it. I hope it doesn't matter. So I hope you don't need to get it. The gap. Tape measure just broke. That's my fucking line. The depth above the window, it's like 6.5 centimeters. There's nothing to attach to. I can't measure the height of the arch. It's broken. Turn this off for a second because it will make it easier for you to hear me. That also makes it easier for me to hear that noise. I left the phone outside. I leave the phone outside. I left the phone outside. Sound absorbing on the outside. It's not going to get rained on, but it is outside. Measurements. Told you about the sound. I want to block bass and dogs. Told you everything. I don't know. I just don't know. I live in Mexico, so it's got to be deliverable in Mexico. Help me find, please, 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 because I can't. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.